Hello and welcome back for more Dungeon Defenders. Today, to be attempting my Ironman challenge with the Jester, who is definitely weaker than any of the other classes I've attempted this with so far. I wouldn't say attempted. Have completed this with so far. And potentially a little on the luck-based side, depending on how things go, I guess. But one thing about the Jester, she kind of got indirectly buffed. I shouldn't say indirectly. Basically, since they introduced the new classes in Hermit and Warden, they added some of their powers projectiles into the random projectile pool of her party popper towers, which, if you're not aware, makes a random projectile every time it shoots. So by nature of those projectiles being naturally strong, he did end up getting buffed in that sense. He used to defend the dungeon. Well, good thing you're not the one trying to defend it, I guess. But welcome in, Freeman. May as well jump into this.
Etheria.
Are you being weird again? Obviously, this would be much more difficult if I had to rely on presence. You didn't say much more difficult, much more luck-based. But since they added Jack in the Boxes and Party Poppers, is more of a real class rather than just being a meme. And these defenses are surprisingly decent. Jack in the Boxes are basically just worse bouncers. They are blockades that knock back enemies, but they don't take up as much space and they can only attack in a single direction. And then he has Party Poppers, which are attacking towers that, as I mentioned before, shoot random projectiles. And that randomness can definitely change the outcome. I guess affects how effectively you can defend the dungeons, for lack of a better way of putting it. Anyway, this first wave, I need to get the archer to walk into the Jack in the Boxes by positioning myself to where it wants to shoot me but can't. Yes, that works. The biggest threat to the Jester is almost certainly going to be, I think it's at 1 HP, going to be kobolds, the suicide bombers. And I think if I'm at risk of getting overwhelmed by them, a best answer I have is probably going to be using the Wheel of Fortuna ability to debuff enemies. And Wheel of Fortuna is not an ability that I have much experience using. It's basically a slot machine, but you have some control over what you get. If you have practice with it, you can pretty reliably get what you want. I'm actually gonna go ahead and open one chest here so that I can build Party Popper on this side. And I usually wait until the combat phase starts, but I think in its case, I don't think I can afford to wait. It is nice having access to Party Poppers at level 3. They can start building them very early on. Each check in the boxes is very low. And those archers were very close to hitting me. Just a bit more on base damage or tower damage. These definitely need to be upgraded since they're at slivers of HP, which this early on is kind of a big mana sink. In fact, it's probably better to just sell and rebuild them, but should be fine doing it this way. I definitely don't have as many party poppers up as I would otherwise, but Roma probably do some repairs too. I actually had some potentially interesting ideas. That are basically variations on this challenge. That are, I guess, a bit less serious. I think it could potentially be some to try out. A locomotion. But those are definitely require more people to do. It wouldn't just be solo challenges like this. Okay, can you walk into my defenses, please? Come on. Tower range, because I'm definitely going to need it. If not now, then soon. Ready, pop right here. And pretty pop right here. Defense units are now maxed. I think I need to do some repairs. I don't think I can afford to upgrade something here. Hopefully the items I pick up are sense enough to where I don't need upgrades right now. I guess we'll have to see. It made it trade that without taking damage. That's why I repairing. Welcome, Foldress. Using a new class this time. When that's a bit less reliable. Honestly, I think he's actually one of the classes better suited to this challenge, surprisingly. I honestly wouldn't have expected it without testing it a little. Party poppers and even Jack in the boxes are surprisingly good. I always thought of this class as more of a meme. And it is the Jester after all. Before she only had access to presents, which were or I guess I should say are basically a meme. They have a random chance to spawn an ogre, which is kind of ridiculous. If I were to try to use those in a challenge like this, if that happened, be run would just end on the spot. Alright, I think... I probably don't need to do any more upgrades. That archer is... I guess it's walking into my defenses now. Ideally, I don't have to hit it myself and my defenses stay up just so that I can get maximum experience, but looks like I don't have to worry about that. Dumping coins and tower healths at the end of the map. It generally seems like the best time to do it because if you add points in a tower health mid-map, all the defenses you've already built will need to be upgraded or repaired to actually benefit from the increased health. Last thing is additional projectiles at least. Not very good. And none of these are. The one thing about the Jester is she can hold 2 weapons at once. You can have one weapon for DPS and then a second weapon that acts more as a stat stick rather than an actual weapon. Not a single good helmet, unfortunately. Not really any good vests. I'll be honest, these item drops are really bad. So hopefully I can manage okay in spite of that. But it's not looking good. Only one way to find out, I guess. Onto foundries and forges. On this map, I definitely want to put my defenses further forward than usual. Yes, to avoid archers shooting over them and hitting the crystal. I think the biggest weakness of party poppers is their limited range. Not actually sure the best place to put these. I guess this is fine. You're welcome, balls. This wave is going to be a bit iffy. This is a big... Not really sure the best way to put this. This is a pretty good example of why the deck in the box is having such small size is a significant detriment. Because I basically need to leave these big gaps, try to draw aggro with party poppers, and use my weapon to make sure enemies don't run through the gaps. Not really all I have. And hopefully... Okay, this just is able to run through. And Crystal got hit anyway. Unfortunate. I think I'm actually going to... And is it worth it to open chests early here? I'm not sure. Probably worth it with at least one. We can get a third party popper down on each side. Open this one over here. Reaper sign. Oh, it's where it's to gamble, surely. Thank you for the bless. I don't really have much of a choice but to gamble with this class. Let's put one up here. And the crystal is still getting shot. I'm really feeling the lack of cover stats from my armor right now. I'm wondering whether I position my defenses too far forward, actually. Hopefully this works. The DNA is full enough to see. Put more points on attack rate. Not really sure what else to say about this class, honestly. And options for defenses are basically just party poppers in front, or party poppers in the back, Jack in the Boxes in front. Or gamble with crescents and hope you don't freeze on the spot. Technically, getting the senses from presence is more defense unit efficient most of the time. Just because they have the same defense unit cost as the present rather than the defense normally would. But again, you can't choose what defense you get, and it potentially just spawns in an ogre or something. Okay, yeah, this is what I was worried about, putting my defenses so far forward. Now this archer is shooting at my Jack in the Boxes while being around the corner to my party poppers. Just really need more attack speed. Just increasing the number of party poppers you have and boosting their attack speed will help with the RNG a bit, just because you have so many more projectiles. You're much less likely to get really lucky or really unlucky that way. This is the first wave we're gonna start seeing kobolds. I am level 15, so I can use Veil Fortuna if I need to. But it does cost 150 mana, which is kind of a lot right now. Kind of unlucky that the kobold there got triggered that early. Wait, the fences are taking way more damage from those than they really should be. And the archers are being annoying again. Can you even get one of them to move forward? I miss so much damage. Pretty sure there won't be more kobolds this wave at least. Lost Jack in the box. Yeah, we'll be honest, this isn't looking too promising. I might not make it past this map. Really use more casting rate. Really use more everything. My stats are so low right now. Might have been worth it to just go fly. Equipping green items from the ground instead of holding on to my deeper well stuff. Oh, welcome, Chica. This run is not going very well, I have to say. My stats are very bad. Try to just distract the ogre. Come on. SD. I think they were cloud tower projectiles that ended up aggroing the ogre. Well, looks like I was able to distract it for long enough at least. That's my goal with this rule set. Same as it has been, just beating the Grand Champion on Insane Hardcore, starting completely from scratch without failing a single level. Yeah, I need more tower health. Not failing or restarting a level, I should say. They're doing it with the Jester this time, which is definitely going to be more difficult than other classes I've done it with. So I've done it with Hermit, Countess, and Warden now. Alright, any decent staves? And this could maybe be good. I'm not sure that I'll be high enough level to use it by the time I need it. Fortunately, these stabs aren't looking the best. Welcome, Ciderman. It's probably not more time. In terms of armor, basically anything is going to be better than what I'm currently using. That's a really rough movement speed penalty. -2 tower damage, but the tower stats overall are definitely better. And be missing out on some hero stats, but I think that's fine. Lots of tower health, at least. You just finished going to the Heritage Museum? Supposed to go your cousin and his family. It just as you parked, they said you were having car issues. So did you go in alone, or did you just leave? It sounds disappointing, though. Alright, and so it's somehow able to make it past Chandries and Forges with those garbage items. I can hopefully make it through Magus quarters. Started a bit of a test run earlier today, and I ended up with some kind of cracked items. This is going to be much more difficult than that was. It's alright, you wanted to see how it changed from when you were a kid? But it's been more entertaining with kids there, I see. So is it interesting at least? Oaken butterflies. You heard the Wheel of Fortuna? I haven't actually used that yet, despite being a high enough level for it. If I'm going to need it, it's probably going to be on Alchemical Laboratory. Kind of sucks that goblins got thrown both sides there. Maybe it's your dream? Welcome, Quaker. It's the season to Gamba. Is it? Wait, what time is it right now? It's like 30. Did you have something going on in like half an hour? Okay, can I... There we are. Feeling there was probably a waste of mana. Definitely lost some experience that wave, but oh well. What? Oh, sorry. Stayed up all night fixing PC Chen and probably played DS along the way. Have you made any progress on that yet? So last time I asked you, you said the best way to fix it is probably just gonna be finding a new PC. It's fixed? Wait, did you actually fix it? It's alive? That is good to hear. I know you've been struggling with that sort of that. Alright, so you need one more party hopper over here. And then I need to build anti-air. Which, 4 party poppers this side should be enough. 2 in front, 2 in back. I generally try to stagger my anti-air like this so that the front towers can draw aggro. And if it's not... And if the wyverns aren't dead yet, the towers in the back can shoot the wyverns while the wyverns are attacking the towers in the front. Which tends to work fairly well when I'm lacking in damage. The only worry there is that if I'm lacking in damage, then it's going to be harder to aggro everything. Defense units are mixed. And to upgrade the damaged jack in the boxes. Yeah, that's something that kind of bugged me about that new Astral Party map. Is it has this enemy that's like a jack-in-the-box but a monkey. So you'd think it would be called a monkey in the box, but no, it's called a jack in the monkey, which doesn't really make any sense. Upgrade the damaged poppers. Ideally, they won't be taking any more damage, but and you never know, I guess. I really should prioritize upgrading the sides for the moment. I will need to upgrade the middle later for the ogre, but until then the sides are going to be under more pressure. Wait, what is that archer doing? There it goes. Yeah, let's get more power damage. Then I really should start investing more in casting rate. I don't really have the mana to upgrade all of these. Level 2. These are all damaged. Means I can upgrade one more and then I'll have to do the rest mid-wave. Come on. Right here, and then the two in the middle. I don't think I've seen that happen before. The kobold's fuse was already lit, and then it got launched into the lava. And I should probably get my anti-air up to level 1. That was not good. The EXP loss there is definitely going to hurt. Looks like ads are starting in a few minutes. Okay, this... Really? I was just trying to avoid getting blown up by the kobold there. But it just wouldn't die. My casting rate is way too low. Immediately putting all those points into it. Those are level 3. And definitely not going to have enough mana to get everything up to level 3. Or all the, Jack in the boxes. Guess I'll just repair it. It's taking forever though. May as well upgrade since timer's about to run out. But since ads are starting here pretty soon, I think I should take my break before the wave starts. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. to do. My OBS seems to be struggling, but I am back. Welcome back, thank you. For some reason, it just gets laggy whenever I change scenes today. I'm not sure why. Anyway, alright, I need to upgrade all my Jack-in-the-Boxes. Oh, welcome, Balba. Welcome. Or thank you for the bless you. What? That was unfortunate. I don't think I have any other way of putting it. That kobold got launched by my Jack-in-the-Box, I think, right next to me while it was lit, and then it died and one-shot me. I'll be honest, I don't think my defenses are going to be able to handle the ogre on their own. Did you curse run by accident? I wouldn't say so. Alright. My defenses are dying. That is game over. You know, I knew there was going to be luck involved in this. But I didn't expect something like that to happen, I have to admit. I think that run was kind of doomed from the start though, so... hopefully the next one will be better.
Have I your friends over there? Or two? Or three?
I'd try though, thank you.
All of me goods are
I wasn't expecting to make it past the previous map with how things were going. Okay, it went that to delete that. So all that.
I'm still looking for the right hat for me.
Let's not accidentally activate a toggle. Okay. On to the next attempt.
Etheria.
Starting with back in the boxes down here. I have noticed that the knockback on the Jack in the Boxes has been a bit whack. Not just in terms of direction, but also in terms of their hitbox. Oh, welcome, Real, and thank you for the raid. For those who don't know me, I am Uniperly, a challenger and VTuber, currently trying to do a solo Ironman challenge of Dungeon Defenders on insane hardcore difficulty. Let me give you a shout out. OBS is really struggling. I also wait for Real to come back. Added Series A video with wyverns. Here's the thing. You kinda need to rely on your weapons because she cannot deal with wyverns with only her defenses. Which is kind of a shame since Series EV is my favorite class. And that's the biggest issue in attempting a challenge like this with the Series EV. You kind of need to rely on getting a really good weapon to be able to handle the wyverns. Okay, I need to... Never mind. Yes, the defense has handled it. How will the weapon tray if all your points are in tower damage? Potentially. I think it depends on what difficulty you're on, but upgrading a good staff, mainly in its physical damage and additional projectiles, you can potentially heal enough without needing to worry. And I think you need to use the last bit of mana to repair this as much as I can. I think having a staff with damage and HP boost would be great. I don't think you should necessarily be looking for an HP boost on a staff. Probably should have just equipped that. Unless you're using it as a stat stick. Priority should definitely be on physical damage and additional projectiles. Hope we win my challenge. No fun, thank you. Does weapon sets from both hands get added even when you're not using it? Yes, they do. Okay, how did I cope? Or the rifle get through. That's not good. I guess it managed to run between my party poppers. This round is not off to a good start. But hello, little mama. Yeah, that's a good reason why when you're playing a class with 2 weapon slots, you can use one slot for your DPS and then the other slot for just stats. Or for something like utility. Like the portal gun. I think that's more of a gimmick. We're back. Welcome, Rail. How is your Final Fantasy raids? Or did you end up switching to something else? I had autocorrect say not instead of now. I'm not sure. I don't normally use autocorrect because it tends to hurt more than it helps. I really needed some way to present double crosses on my keyboard. That tends to happen a lot. Oh, welcome, Toxic. It was great. You stopped the train from suplexing you 5 times. You can get suplexed by a train? That's interesting. There's this raid boss in Toontown. Coincidentally, the same raid boss where you can either be a trainer or a gooner. Where after you defeat it, it will just get hit by a train. This train can grow arms? That's really something. Before that, can destroy the parts on your train platform. It grabs cards, give you less space. That sounds essentially hectic. But they don't really have enough context, I guess. Right, I need to upgrade these back in the boxes. Or they can just die before I get the chance. going to slowly deprive you of space, then the invade kill is charging last cart removal cast. I don't know what that would mean. I'm sorry to say. But rats want the loots. Or victories and the loot. I guess the plural of loot is just loot. Unless you're talking about the instrument, but that's spelled differently. Then who knows, maybe it's a loot item in the game. It's there are bards and whatnot. Who knows? Welcome Wes, welcome Bep. Isn't it half 7 at this point? And tars are taking a lot of damage. Has it run so far? Oh, well, I just had to reset because something very unfortunate happened on the previous attempts. Oh, that was the end of the map. Okay. And hopefully this one goes better than the previous one. Not get as many points in tower health as I would like. Oh well. Basically, the one of the suicide bombing enemies got launched by my defenses into me, and then it immediately exploded and one-shot me. But I also had some terrible items that run, so hopefully I get some better ones this time. It's definitely the best staff of the three. Oops. Not mean to drop that. I was trying to equip it, but I didn't see that it was above my current level. Guess we'll just have to pick it up again. Okay. Once again, this armor is sorely lacking. This is rough. Well, I did manage to clear this next map with equally bad gear last time. So hopefully I can get better gear from this map. I also should make sure I position my defenses better. Not put them so far forward. I think the popper should probably be more like here. Definitely want two on this side again. This weapon is... well, it has a stronger projectile than the one I was using before. It only has one. Crystal damage, that's good. Only enough mana for one more popper. Oh, thank you, Zaytoni, for the subscription. Ow. I wasn't paying attention and let myself get shot. That get me more emote thoughts? I think it might. If it does, then I guess I'm gonna have to commission more of those. Alright, more party poppers. I should probably... go ahead and open this chest. What kind of emote am I thinking of? Oh, well, I desperately want a peak emote, I think. I have a few ideas written down somewhere. Right. Go ahead and start the save. Come on. I got stuck. Peek is good. I do really like peek emotes. Wake has a good one. And of course, not only do I get hit, my crystal also gets hit. So much for my experience bonuses. Alright, let's start building deck in the boxes. I hope I built that close enough to the wall. Welcome, Nyan. He's getting hit again. Yeah, this run is also looking kind of doomed. No more tower attacks, Ian. I didn't build jacks on this side. Can be tricky positioning these properly. They can put 4 side by side like this. There is a little bit of extra room at least, so it's not too tight. They definitely can't be too sloppy with it. Open the chests. Guess I can build this one now. Defense units are maxed. Don't let myself get shot. Start upgrading my party poppers. How'd that archer get all the way back there? Did I distract it or did it get knocked back? Alright. Double time again. That really has the mana to upgrade all my deck in the boxes. I guess I will just repair. Just barely got that done before the wave starts. Except like Shenbi. Difficult. I was in range of that. Yeah, it was on me for standing too close. It got bumped back slightly, which it probably should have been expecting there. Jack in the boxes aside, the party poppers can just knock back enemies potentially since their projectiles are random. Wait. How did my defenses not take damage from the bolt? It was right there. It took damage from that one. Must have been from the knockback, I guess. Didn't look like it got knocked back that far, but interesting. I suppose that could have been something like server lag or latency. It didn't look like it got knocked back that far when in reality it did. Wheel of Fortuna ability no unlocked. Didn't have it last wave because I missed out on too much experience, I guess. I'm not sure how I didn't register that until now. Drinking in the ice cap? Like a party? I definitely get being tired but not wanting to sleep. Like a Slurpee with caffeine. I'm not sure what to make of that. Oh, come on. Another enemy getting knocked back in the middle of its attack animation. And me getting hit by it. Oh, let's not get hit. I'm surprised I didn't. Ogre has spawned. I probably want to distract it again. Is that aggroed on me? Yes, yes it is. Help! Okay, it blew up. Defenses are going down. Probably to the kobolds. Okay, so many archers around, it's hard to safely draw aggro from the ogre. Looks like they're all on that side though. Ow. So, wait, how did that archer die there? Good, and my defenses on this side attack it, and it's dead. That was something. Thought I was about to lose to a kobold again. It's quite good. It's the middle of December and you're drinking it. I mean, not too long ago, as in a few weeks ago, I think, I was walking home out in the snow, drinking a cold smoothie with my bare hand holding it. It was a good smoothie though. These stabs are not good. I'm even getting particularly good stat sticks, and this one's alright. Oh, that feels like good helmet. Maybe I actually have good armor now? That's pretty good. I do actually have good armor now. I guess this run is looking better than the last one did. Bare-handed drinking a cold beverage in the snow is too high level for you? Not even snowing where you are, and when you're at the park you have to double layer when you're sitting in the car. It's get quite cold. And it really just depends on what you're born for, I guess. I did regret going shopping today without putting long underwear on though. My legs were freezing. It was like 5 degrees out. Which would be... what in Celsius? Like -16? What did I buy? Oh, well, I got vegetables to make curry. I also got cookie dough because I kind of sell like making cookies, which isn't something I've actually done before. I guess we'll see whether that cookie dough is any good. I don't really have anyone to celebrate Christmas with, so... Do me and my family celebrate Christmas? Well, my family moved away, as I've said. But they're not really around. Did I manage to get shopping? Yeah, I went out earlier today. As I said, it was freezing. We'll meet Christmas. It'll be alright. I don't really mind having time to myself. Come on. Might do another Christmas Eve stream like I did last year. It looks like I get the day off again. Yeah, let's get some points in casting rate. You'd offer me moral support that day, but you'll probably be busy. You don't have to worry about it. Wait, let's go ahead and... put party poppers in the middle. I lost on the final wave of this map last time. It's the same map that I had some trouble on with Warden. That's just because of the ogre. Did I pick up all the mana? I did. Basically all of it. You get quite sentimental on Christmas. It's basically the only holiday you consider an actual holiday. Whereas most holidays you just consider a day off work. Yeah. I don't really get sentimental about holidays in general. Welcome, Mercer. Getting my anti-air up. Maybe I should just make sure I stay behind my defenses on the final wave so I don't have to worry about kobolds being knocked back into me again. Thank you for the 12 months now. That's every month this year. Dang. It's really been almost a year since I hit Ophelia. I guess so. Over 11 months now. Definitely weird to think about. I think I'm actually going to wait on upgrading my Jack in the Boxes because last time I ran into the issue of them getting way too expensive to upgrade. They haven't even been damaged that much yet. And of course, repairing takes significantly longer than upgrading does. In fact, I was trying to upgrade my Jack in the Boxes up to level 3 when I died last time. I only ever need to upgrade them to 2. That could help mitigate a risk of going out past my defenses to collect mana. Yeah, let's put like couple points into hero health. Normally I would do that at the end of this map, but I think I'm going to need to put points into tower health instead. But I can start investing in hero health right now. It could also potentially help me avoid dying on the last wave. My anti-air up to level 1. Not sure why this popped into my head just now. But I have seen these YouTuber models with adaptive lighting, where the lighting in the game or whatever affects the lighting of their model. And I'm wondering whether that's something that you need to build into or have made with your model, or something that you can just have as an additional effect. Welcome, PB. Is the gaming good? Struggling with kobolds right now. Also, ads are starting in a couple minutes. But this run is at least probably more promising than the previous one. Early grade. I think I actually have decent armor now for tower stats. Now I'm sliding hiccups. He killed gaming? Did he? Really is a long time to stay dead. Lots of upgrades I'm missing out on right now. At least my towers are still alive. I need to start upgrading my deck in the boxes immediately. I didn't even have any mana when I died. I don't think I'm gonna be able to upgrade all of them. $50 mana short. Don't see a random 50 laying around. But oh, there is a 10 over here, and I can open a chest. But ads are starting now, so I'll go ahead and take my break and be back in a few minutes. Hopefully OBS doesn't freeze on me. Alright, I'm back. OBS doesn't seem to have frozen this time. YOLO is the run. Hopefully, but if I somehow manage to complete this challenge with Jester in fewer attempts than with any other class, I will be baffled. Welcome back, thank you. How long do I think I'll go for today? Maybe another hour-ish, I think. I don't want to go too late. As I said before, I do want to... Well, as I said on Discord, I want to... read out to someone today. Once I get wheel, it's GG. I really don't have much experience using the Wheel of Fortuna. And I don't really have points in it. So it's not going to be very strong. So there are certain combinations that don't actually have scaling on them. Like the enemy debuff, which is probably going to be the most useful out of any of them, considering not putting any points into it. Cheap triple crystals upgrades towers. That's what I can do with my mana. That is good to know. My towers are going down so fast. I'm going to need to... I almost died to that. Draw the ogre to another side. Make sure I stay at full HP so we don't get one shot. Don't run away. Need to drag you to the other side. No, that's the crystal. Don't do that. Okay. Apparently, I just wasn't dealing enough damage to it. So it got bored. Oh well. Usually it doesn't go for the crystal like that. when I'm full on DPSing it.
Planning to slay a dragon?
I guess my damage just wasn't high enough. Yes, we have YOLO 2. Is that how that's supposed to be pronounced?
A fine acquisition.
YOLO 2 is out. Electric Boogaloo. Alright. Let's get going.
Etheria.
And I should probably be building instead of just opening all the chests at once. That's what I do during combat phase, not build phase on wave 1. I am doing just the 2 Jester towers for a more consistent build. Yeah, it's really just for the consistency. If I go for presence, then spawning an ogre is likely just an instant game over. I do think doing a presence only run with a group could potentially be fun, but that's definitely not something that can realistically be done solo. I also thought of this something a bit silly, which is like a competitive challenge where you have, first of all, you have other players' tower sellable turned off. Wait, why is that goblin not getting hit? Other players' towers sellable turned off, and you have 3 players actually trying to beat the challenge, and then 1 player trying to sabotage them. I'm wondering whether that could actually be fun to do. You could instantly sabo. But you could do things like portal gun mobs to crystal. But the portal gun is kind of cheating because it would basically be a challenge like this one, just as I said, 1 person trying to sabotage everyone else. And the only way to get portal gun is with is from the tavern as an exclusive drop. But yeah, Jester can spawn the ogres with presence and just damage the crystal with Wheel of Fortuna, so he's probably the best class for sabotaging. And you would basically need another Jester healing the crystal to have a chance at counteracting that. Hello? Did I just get disconnected from the server? Thank you, Trendy. Sorry, Chromatic. As you're done in a funner's life, 2 hours in after doing your bills. Yeah. Happened to me on Wave 24 of Insane Survival on Endless Spires. And also that one time I tried to speedrun this game. You guessing this is a them problem? Yeah, this is absolutely a problem with their servers. Basic question is... can I reconnect? I have to make a new character, but... okay, this isn't promising. I think the servers might just be down. At least I just started that one. Yeah, I didn't really lose any progress or anything. Or any significant amount of progress. Okay. I surprisingly was able to reconnect.
I would help you defend yourself, but I don't sell.
Time to reset, I guess.
Captured some pets. Let you have a look.
I didn't even have any banked mana.
Sure your bag feels lighter.
Did I just get disconnected again? Yeah, okay. Servers are having issues, obviously. Might not be worth struggling with them. Yeah, I think I might just go ahead and raid out. Well, sorry about things getting cut short. I don't really have control over the game server. And it's so much lag. Yeah, let's read quick. She is doing a birthday celebration today. Not sure whether it's too early to say happy birthday. I guess we'll see. But I guess next stream is likely to be Christmas Eve on Wednesday. Why must Steam die? I'm pretty sure it's a problem with the game server specifically now with Steam. But yeah, I'm definitely going to need to finish calculating the next few fights in run and buns so that I can stream that without spending the whole stream in the calculator. Also, my OBS is lagging a lot today. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next one.